Go ram it. I pressed the button. I pressed the done button. And then it tells me, oh, you spammed the button. We can't update the title anymore. And I'm like, why do you make me do this? When I change the title, just update it on the flippin' stream. And then when I look at the Twitch, it's gonna tell me, oh, it's the same title again. Go ram it, mother flippin'. That's how we're starting the year. The first stream of the year. I'm gonna put the wrong title in and then yell about it. That's... Not that the title was great anyway. Now I have to game for 365 days. Well, 4 days. I have to play games for... Go rave it, mother flippin' balls. I even have it in the flippin' list here. In my stream checklist. Hit done. You put in the scene title and then you hit done. An important part of the whole thing. But it's because I bounce around this. I'm like, oh, I did that. I started up all those. I did some of this. No, you go through each and every single step, every single time, and just assume that you have no knowledge of what any of this is. And you go through each and every step. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, and then I'm like, I'm tired. Yeah, because I didn't go to bed until like 11:30 last night. Because I was chatting with a friend that took like I stayed up late chatting with a friend, and then I was like, no, I still want to do my Patreon update. And then stayed up for another hour and was like, what? It's 11 o'clock? Gosh dang it. Okay. So now that I've started off with a whole bunch of moaning and complaining and... Okay, so this is saying a ghost piece. Is there any other formal term for, like, a... Like here, you have the, like... or if we go back there a little bit... Oh, I guess this is the piece already in hand, but, like... Oh, still, like, the cursor that says, like, okay, this is the... Oh, I wanted to add a light to the button, though, still. Just to... put in all of the polish I can. And that should be pretty quick. And yeah, the particle effects need to be updated with something, but... Oh, that's because I want a... So let's try to see if I put a light in a cloud. And then John Batman. Bruce Wayne will show up. It is just this, and then light. Point lights. And you're supposed to be smack dab in the middle of the object for now, which I think is actually going to be like there. Is it going to go through the object? It should. Like technically I want it, no, I want you inside of the cylinder. That is where it's coming from. Meaning it needs to be... Why is it moved on the Z? Oh, that's why. Okay. Well, then there. Now it's perfectly inside the middle of the button cylinder. Oh, yeah. Also, congrats on getting your plugin accepted into the Epic Marketplace there. And then you get to see if it gets updated, or if it gets used much. What the update is on the number of downloads and stuff. So this point light is also going to need to have its color attached to... Yeah, this is unnecessary, but I like adding unnecessary polish things. I've been having fun doing it. I mean, I made some cookies, and then now I've made the mistake of eating them. I'm like, my stomach doesn't feel super well. Oh, it's because I've been eating a bunch of cookies. I'm pushing through the ads. I don't... I'm just tired and grumpy, because I'm like... I didn't sleep enough, and now I barely started this stream and already messed up. The very first stream of the year, and the first thing I did was mess up the title. Fantastic, wonderful, phantasmagorical. I expect nothing less. Just late, that's fine. I was just coming to the realization recently that I'm like, I kind of do like writing. Okay, this is the lamp. But I'm also realizing that I can't type very well. Like I said, I did want to get a different keyboard. I went way too clacky on the buttons. I need to go much more squishy on the buttons. Maybe not much more, but I need to go squishier on the buttons. Then it'll be less loud and it'll be better for my... so you... set active... set light and dirty. Not on. Okay, game object set active to true, rather. Oh, yeah, this was kind of wild to me. I was like, oh, we'll just listen to like some classic chiptune sing, and then it was like a month ago. This is somebody who has not posted anything on SoundCloud in 8 years. Posted something a month ago. Kind of wild. Okay, but I also need that when I set the color... So when I update the button, you should also... This doesn't set the color? Do I have it on update or something? I have that on update. That should change the... Oh, there. Why am I only changing the color to black after it's... You should be here. The color should be set before it applies it to the button. Okay, and then let's forget that I made that code change and then get confused when the ×2 doesn't show up the way I expect. Okay, and now the lamp inside of the button, color is equal to the color. And then the question is, I guess, is it going to show up? And then do I have a glow material, which is a post-processing effect I need to set up? So no, I doubt it. Well then don't, I guess? Why do you set it to default that? You default it to a thing that you're not going to let me have? Okay. Yeah, and I don't need this to be a fancy light. So you... It's because I like stuff like cooking and baking, and then I go and eat all the food that I made. And then I wonder why my stomach is upset. And it's like, it's because you ate multiple cookies. Like dry cookies, too. I was like, I don't feel like buying eggs. Let's see if I could do an egg substitute. And then it's, This is dry. This did not work out. They're not bad cookies, but they're dry cookies. That should be good. Let's just double check it, because now I feel like I did it right. And if I feel like I did it right, then there's something I must have messed up. The fact that I remembered to actually attach it in Unity. Okay, so now... Ooh. They are, in fact, all glowing. If I turn off the directional light... What's that look like? Because I was thinking of doing, like, a very neon arcade kind of look at some point. Ooh. Look at the pretty Christmas lights. Okay, now the button needs to glow. That's the real thing. Which I don't entirely remember how to do that. This is making me wonder, if I put this on mobile, would it make my phone melt? This is looking more graphically intense than I would have expected. Oh, I guess the one thing that I added that I haven't shown off is that I... or no, I guess I, technically it's available on the very, very end of the VOD from last year. I had 20 minutes left of the year, and I ended up doing some game development, and I don't know how... Don't know if I'll keep it, I don't know if it's too much or not, but I added just a little bit of, like an over-rotation animation to the bumper when you rotate it. So it spins and wiggles just a little bit. Don't know if it's obnoxious or not, but it's a fun, neat little way to play. So the question is, do I... Well, I said I was working on placeholder stuff, but we're messing with lights instead, so... Like it better without... Yeah, and it's one of those things of, like, I don't know if it's too... Well, and it's because it's that, like, rotation. It's in, Plungeroo here, every time you put down the, yeah, there, it does that little bounce. It's like when you actually place the... Gonna go back to... There we go. Yeah, it does a little bounce there when you place it. Oh, actually, wait, did it too? Wait, they did a rotation on there too, right? Or no? Yeah, I'm kind of I'm like overdoing the amount of animation and particles and stuff just to tune it in. Okay, there. Like, so when they do a rotation of that piece, I don't know if it has the... I mean, it's unfortunately not a bumper rotation. That's a whole piece rotation. Okay, that there. Oh, and it's like a... How are they doing that? Oh, like it better than without it. Okay. Like it better the way you have it now. Okay, so you do like the little bit of... motion to it. Okay, so they're doing a little, like, grow animation. Or a little bounce, I guess. It's like a bouncing grow animation. When they spin it. Is it just the one there? Yeah, okay, so when they move it, it's not doing anything. But there, they've got a little bit of bounce. So, yeah, it has a small bounce in size. Yeah, right now I'm doing a little bounce in rotation. But... yeah, a lot of this, I'm like, I don't know if it's overkill. I'm trying to keep it somewhat subtle. And, like, I think that little, like, idle bounce that I have going is almost too subtle. But... yeah, and then I gotta add screen shake somewhere. That'll be the maximum juice. Every time the ball bounces off of a bumper and hits a button, I'll do some screen shake. The whole thing will go crazy. The glow. That's what I was gonna mess with next? I think that's what I was gonna mess with next. I never remember how to do the thing. It's probably switching out the material on the bumper then, right? Or the button then, right? Some materials, and let's just do button glow. Because what, it said blue ball is what I had for, wait. Did it say blue ball? Blue ball. Why is it blue ball exactly? Wait, because I'm just switching out the color of the material for the button, of which it shouldn't be a ball. That's what this seems to say, is that it's this blue ball material. How is all of this working? I mean, it is just, I could just use ball then, right? Which, why am I using ball exactly? Oh, and that overwrote both of them. Okay, I was gonna say I lost the outline, and it's noticeable. Okay, so that does not functionally change anything, right? I'm just like, why was I using blue ball as my default? Yeah, okay, that does not functionally change anything. Great, and now anytime I have any kind of stomach ache, it's gonna be immediately like, oh, is it kidney stone? Is it the kidney stone problems? I'm like, no, it's because you ate too many cookies. That's the problem. Okay, I want to... So let's do a glow, I guess. Meaning I don't need all of these ball colors. I don't remember why I had it. Because it's easy enough to switch out. I don't know why I did that. Material. This will be glow. And I don't remember how to do that exactly. I don't have a problem with the slight glow on the buttons, but I feel like the white ground is a bit... Well, it's because the light's off. I was doing, like, cool arcade neon look. The lights are only supposed to come on when the button gets hit. And they're supposed to glow when the button gets hit. So it's not, they're not all supposed to have lights on at all times. It's not supposed to be this Christmas light look. Speaking of... The... Here. There, you should be off by default. And then it should just be when it gets pressed, it turns the light on. So now if I do this, can you see? Yes, you can see the little bit of glow there. Oh, wait a second. Those are buttons that are in the ground that are glowing. That's not entirely what I wanted. Yeah, okay, because I was hiding the button like that. And then... Okay, what if I just do that then? Because I think it does need to be removed from the positions and stuff. Or does this let me... At least, yeah, for now, just for testing, I want to... Yeah, because I'm like, oh, maybe my stomach hurts because I didn't drink enough water or something. And it's like, no, I've been pounding the water pretty good today. That is one of the benefits of being home. Okay, and then you're still glowing, so yeah. Meaning that should be part of the, like, when the button gets reset. What is resetting the buttons? Wait, the button should be resetting itself then, right? Initialize button should be lamp set active to false. Yeah, okay, naturally, now that the ads have passed. I'm like, oh, now I want to use the restroom, dang it. So initialize button, update button? What was update button again? Oh, there. This is the default, like, setting everything up. Okay. To false, rather. Yeah, okay, this was supposed to be a 5-minute coding adventure in and out. It's gonna be a bit more than 5 minutes. Because I don't remember how to do a glow. I believe it's a post-processing effect of some kind. But... wow. Is this a 5-minute tutorial? It's bloom, but it's a... yeah, I just want the single object to glow. I don't want the whole thing. Oh, but that is a good idea if I don't have post-processing. I very much need it. Package? There we go. Package manager. Boy, I had to think about that. Not looking at my free sports balls. Unity registry? And then post-processing? Very much should be in here. I guess update it then? Although at some point I do want to do that, like, blacklight look. Just to have a different version of the game. Because it's exactly like Grindstone has, like, their bonus level. They do the inverted. Yeah, I don't think it's... does anybody have a picture of... No, they just have a picture of a darker level. They don't have a picture of the bonus? No, that's just... I guess they're not bonus levels, they're like cosmic levels or something, or... I guess I'm getting into spoilers because I'm like, I have no clue what that is. I guess it's just lava there, but that looks kind of weird in rainbow. No, nobody has a picture of the inverted color levels. Because this means I'll have to play some Grindstone on stream. There we go, this thing. Yeah, where they have the inverted colors. Not like Cosmic Nebula kind of thing. Okay, and what was the thing? Add a layer. camera, add a component, processing layer. Yeah, okay, this is a 3-minute thing. Okay, have a Unity object glow? Or maybe like a single object? Okay, maybe it is just that. Oh, it is, yeah, okay, so it's a material, it's emissive, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so what all was that again? Also, gosh dang it, my stomach is not... I think I am gonna just go... gonna have to use the restroom here. And I guess we can run ad, because I don't know if running ads also makes it so that it doesn't want to do it later, and then it gives it a longer break, but... Okay, I will be back. I need to... I gotta go. Gotta go. Okay. Yeah, I think my body is kind of suddenly rejecting the poor food choices that I've made. But I didn't have much food in my apartment and didn't want to go get it. And then I went and said, I have just enough to make cookies. So let's eat some cookies. And then I proceeded to eat too many cookies. Especially for the fact that I do not work out anymore. Materials. All. Glow. So what was the tutorial again? I need to go to the camera. Add another thing to it, which is a post-processing volume. Okay, run it by me again. I was not paying attention. Install post-processing. And then... Okay, so that's post-processing installed. Add a layer for the... I guess camera? Sure. Maybe they're right. How do you do that again? Add a layer, camera. Why is there that, like, extra hole there? And then that was taking the camera as camera? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna... This is another one of those scenarios where I'm like, okay, we're gonna follow the tutorial. And then after I finish following the tutorial, we're going to modify it. Post-processing layer. The layer being camera. Okay, wait, the post-processing layer that is attached to the camera also needs the layer for the camera. Okay, not you. Post-processing layer. Layer, not volume. And layer camera. Gosh dang it. Okay. Then it also has a post-processing volume that is global. Okay, so that should catch. That would make sense that it would catch everything that is not nailed down. That should catch all the objects because it's just adding a profile being the thing that's there. Unity, bloom. Was it? I'm assuming it was add a new one. And then I want to add a bloom. With however much stuff I want. Sure, we'll slap all of them on there. And then... no, they need some kind of object to add everything to. No, material, okay. A glow material, I added that. Emission. Do whatever kind of color. And then add that material to the object. So the material, all, glow, make it emissive. Emission, make it bright white for now. And then add it to the object. Rendering, lighting. What was all that about? And then turn the intensity up. Okay. So we go back to... Not you. The main camera's bloom. And bump up the intensity by some amount. And like I said, just to make sure it is glowing nice and bright. Which I guess it wouldn't really matter. I just need to go into the prefab. And the button. And the material for the button. You. Let's switch you out with the glow. Kind of, sort of, maybe? It does look like it's glowing. And if we do... Yeah, and I don't actually want it to glow for a ton of time. It's just kind of like when you press it. It be glowing. I think it is actually a certain color. They look like they have some amount of color to them. They're not actually white. They just look sort of like that. So we turned on the intensity. Is under the camera's bloom intensity. So like a 1. Just a wee bit. No. That did nothing. Or at least it didn't seem to change it much. I can tell that they're supposed to be different colors. Okay. Yeah, it's a little more obvious here that they are in fact different colors. It's just the... Okay, wait, so if I turn off the bloom entirely in terms of... Or rather, if I turn down the intensity to nothing, what does it look like? Does the fact that it just has bloom, does that break it? Is the question. Yes, okay. Just the fact that it has bloom. Okay. This is not just switching out the color, this is switching out the material itself here too. Great, so now I'm gonna add some more for that. I didn't think the button lights were gonna be a ton of work, and they're proving to be a little more than I would have expected. Is it what, just shiny? This is just the regular default. And then we have the default material. Okay, shiny. No, it's not shiny. It's just the regular. And then we have the glow. You're not gonna let me do default. Which makes sense. So then the material is also going to be okay, where maybe we do it as a local variable. Button material is equal to that. And the button material, we change the color and also change it to like regular. But then we also, when we press the button, do this, or we switch out the button materials. Oh, I guess it doesn't really need the, in this case, this could just be the mesh material. And then the equals the, okay, so that goes away, and then the mesh render material is the glow instead. Now, if I set that, let's see, if I set that material to a color, what does that do? The ball, why is it ball? I'm realizing it's a little confusing, but sure, I like making it confusing for myself. So I make it like a bright red glow. No, okay, so changing the color doesn't actually do anything. Is it the emissive on the camera needing to be changed to a different color or something? Let's see, so can I see it if I do that? Okay. And then if I do... Oh, I need to switch... I need to add the two materials here. Being all for regular, and the glow being glow. Okay, and then the question was, does this look like it has any kind of color to it? Because this should be oh, and then if I do like a red, does that do anything? I just wanted to get a nice like colorful glow going. No. Now it's as white as possible. Despite the fact that this is, okay, the material for the glow is aha. Okay, so now if I do that, so there's an emission color that I'm missing. They're nice bright red buttons. Okay, so, and that's not even with the lights inside of them. So there's also an emission color I need to mess with that is on the material emission map. Okay, so back to white, back to white, back to white. Then over here we do a not white. We do a whatever color it is. That's the light color, and then the button material color, and then the button material dot emission. Dot emission. How do you get at that? It's the material. It's the mesh renders material. And the material had a Is it because it's a glow material, or does... They all has it, right? How the fluffin' heck are you purple? I'm not in the play mode. What changed that to purple? Or rather, what kept it purple? Oh, well, that's EMI, if I could spell it right. Emission? Why? Why are you like this? So, Unity, emission, color. Yeah, okay, I understand that it changes the glow. Enable the emission checkbox. This exposes the color and global illumination properties. So, it's a global illumination. It's a illumination. Global illumination flags. Emission. Real-time emissive. Oh, I guess I could just... Oh, I guess I could... Oh, just switch that. Oh. Now, how do I change the color on that, though? Bro. Like so. Emission map. Maybe map's the word. You turd. Because you don't seem to want to do it. So, now we go back to you. Say map and hope it works out this crap. No. Didn't think so. Oh no. So what are we gonna do about it, bro? Who know? Well, I guess I can turn on real-time emissive instead of having to swap between materials. So that's nice. So now we're not gonna mess with that. And just go. Well, no, I do want to mess with both those things. I just don't want to do that right there. I just don't really know how to mess with the color of the emission. That's what I'm needing to fix. So flag. Global illumination flags, and then turn them off. No, turn them on. Turn them on, and then this one's turn them off. Yeah, update button. This one's turn them off because you're turning off that flag stuff. Emissive black? Emissive is black. Like, that's interesting. So, how do I mess with the emission map to get it to change color? Because it's in the inspector. Oh, heck, sir. This is why we don't rap. This is why I need more people in chats to prevent me from deciding that chiptunes is something that I, as very white guy, is going to attempt to rap over. Yeah, okay, the colors are changing, but because of the emission not changing. But just out of curiosity, if I mess with you, see, we're gonna be... So then we go to the material for this, which is glow instance. So if I go into the glow instance and then mess with the emission. Then we're going to see if it's going to be in any of these. No, it's just... Then again, I've been eating way too much cheese as well. Because I've been having quesadillas, because that's all I have in my fridge. And stuff for I have tortillas and cheese, so I've just been having quesadillas. That's been it. That's most likely why my stomach is done goofed, because it's been cookies and cheese. All I needed to do was go buy some food. Just go to the grocery store. And that just didn't happen. Real time? Real time? Okay, wait, let's try that then. Illumination real time? The emission? So now if I do it, they're gonna be all red. And then I don't think they're gonna change color. Ooh. It's neat. Yeah, okay, but they're clearly all pink because... Yeah, they're all pink and orange. Because the emission is pink, is red and pink. You change the color. Okay, so Unity emission map color then. Unity emission map color. We'll throw a map in there. Yeah, okay, and you could use Unity to pick the color. Well, I'm not. I'm using the code to pick the color. Okay, that's just Unity's. Here's how you do that. Setting the emission map. Now you mess with that in code. Baked global illumination, light mapper. This looks older. That's not anything helpful right now. Yeah, okay, programmatically changing things. Color times intensity. Emission color. Oh, was I? Oh, I was just trying to find it under the materials. So the button material. Properties? Copy properties, but to get property names? Okay. It seems like it's messing with the shader. This doesn't feel like it should need to dig all the way into there, though, maybe? Is that what it needs, though? Okay, so how about more Stack Overflow? You know that it's gonna be giving me what I want. Hopefully, we'll see. Material set color of that. Okay, so it's a set color method. Then you pick the property, and then you pick the. Okay. So material.setColor is a specific material thing, I guess. Then we go here and see if that's the case. .setColor. Aha. Yeah, okay, so now we're gonna go with emission color. It. Then I can grab the color. Then I can go here and then hopefully it's clear that it's gonna be what I want. Maybe, hopefully, I'm not sure. And then that's turning it on, that's turning it off. So hopefully it won't matter about the color if it's off. Yeah, rhyming that would turn and cough probably better than in off because that's not a word. Okay, that's not what I wanted there, but otherwise this is looking good. Maybe like it should. That's a purple though. That's not right, bro. That's a pink, I think. That's an orange. Well, you're supposed to be off though too. That's what I wanted you to do. Oh wait, on first blush. You are still glow. What do you know? Okay, there we go back to ball. Why are we doing it like that? I don't know. Okay. I guess I lied. This is all gonna be button lighting. This is not gonna be about setting up the placeholder. Okay, now when you hit that button, what is it? Nope, that's not it. That's just shit. How about that? Is that gonna be anything? No, not a single thing. Okay, get rid of that button. I don't need you anymore. I want to ignore that. Okay. So it does not seem to be turning on the real-time emissive. Okay, real-time emissive. Emissive, real-time emissive. So there. But that doesn't seem to do much. It's kind of out of touch. It's not really doing a single thing. It's not what I... Okay, global illumination flags. Because I didn't really look that up. I just kind of made a guess. Global illumination flags. Goodness me. Why do I gotta be so dumb? And what's that unity? Okay, now, do you have an example for me to see if you'll turn it on and off? Yeah, okay, so that's emissive. We turn it off. Okay, so Unity toggle emission. Man, I'm gonna be tempted to watch a movie over the weekend, because it's been a while. Well, no, I guess it hasn't. I watched Avatar Fire and Ice over, like, Christmas, so I guess it hasn't been a while since a movie, but... what's all this on? Turning emission on and off in Unity. Okay, now we'll see what it's gonna be. There's the emissive material, and then the render is the object of change. Here's the material from there. Now we just Enable keyword. Oh, okay. Why? Okay. Why? 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 With a little help from Bing. AI is very helpful. When was this? I just always assume that blogs like this are like from forever ago. 2023. Okay, not too long ago. Is keyword enabled? Emission. Disable keyword. So just disable keyword and then underscore emission. Or enable keyword underscore emission, okay. So this is not the thing I want to mess with? And this is the material. I guess we'll try that then. Enable keyword. And then we disable you here. Okay, now are you gonna do it? This is getting into something new for me, I guess. It's always a learning process. Okay, so now how about this? Oh, wait, shit. Are you getting into stuff? No, I've had enough. I don't want you to be off doing your own thing. Flippin' SoundCloud. Go ram it. Yeah, okay. You're getting into other stuff, and the problem with getting into other stuff is that then you... Gosh dang it, it's been my last couple videos. It's been like, oh, there's a copyright claim. I'm like, I was talking over the music the whole time, but okay, I guess not. Yeah, I was listening to Honey again, and I was like, oh, wait a second. No, that's it. That one's not allowed. Don't use that one, you goof. If you really like the music, that's probably a safe bet that it's... Well, I don't know. I guess Kagi I've been using a lot, and that's... I guess not recently, but... Yeah, I keep checking to see if there's new stuff. There was just a spat of new stuff, like, in the summer, and then it's been... Wow, a while. Although I think it was a while before all this, like, stuff here, too. Yeah, okay, 8 years ago, and then 6 years ago. Now that I'm looking at it, well, oopsie daisies, whoopsies, oops. Let's just... So... Now, let's give this a go. Oh, it's been over an hour. I'm gonna sit. Who turned off my background shader? Why is there no background shader? Okay, you killed my background shader, and you still aren't doing the thing that I wanted you to actually flip and do. You dumb? Will we? You're both gonna not do the thing. Okay, good. So now it's still there, and I don't think it scores though, right? Yeah, and it doesn't score. Okay, so now it's fully just a button that is pressed and disabled. It definitely looks better with the lighting. So, why did you disable the shader? Are you consistently doing that now? Wait, did I not notice it? Was it doing that earlier and I didn't notice? Did something I change? Was it something I did? It had to have been. Don't tell me that. Tell me that it was fully out of my hands. And that it's just a luck of the draw and that I just need to roll better. Yeah, here I am like, it's a pretty quiet stream today. It's the 2nd of the month. Just like I'm tired from not sleeping enough, there's probably a lot of people that are still either hungover or doing stuff for the holidays or whatnot. Yeah, we've definitely been having sparse stand-ups at work. More people than I would expect, but also, like, definitely not the whole crew. The shader's still gone, and the emissive stuff is... Ooh. What? It's not because I turned off the light, right? It shouldn't mess with the flippin' shader, though, right? Or does it? Did I just not notice it earlier, or did it... No! Where's my shader, you dumb? He's flippin' working right here. Why you be so stupido? What? Was it the post-processing effects thing that I added? Okay, get rid of all of it. Oh, I want to make sure the shader still shows up. Feck off, you dumb! Why are you doing this now? I didn't change that. I didn't touch the... What do you mean? It's right there. It's showing up in the scene just fine. Why is the mother flipping camera not seeing it? That didn't flipping change, you dumb. Why are you like this? No, I like my scrolling shader, and it gives the game so much life when there's things moving around. Heckin' dumb. Flippin'. Go ram it. So now I don't have the flippin' button glow effect working at all, and I don't have the flippin' shader working either. Yay! I've managed to take 2 steps backward. That's not the direction I was trying to head. Can I just restart Unity? The shader thing seems like a weird one. So this also does not... So this is material enable keyword. So is that really what I wanted to mess with? Okay, the material. The ball glow. Is that how you check the, like, list O properties? Oh no! I was gonna say, I've literally just been trying to turn lights on and off. So well, and it's just not showing up in the camera, because obviously it's still working just fine here. The shader's working fine in the scene, and the shader is working fine, or it's working fine before I run the game. It's working fine in the scene when I run the game, but the camera's not picking it up. But I did change the camera to be on a different layer. Aha! So that's when it stopped. Well, fucking heck. Okay, well, at least I solved that issue. But that doesn't tell me how I get the glow on the buttons. I thought it would be a fun little thing. Clearly, it is not going to be a fun little thing. Okay, is it turning the lights on and off? It should still be turning the lights on and off on the buttons. Maybe we just leave it at that for now, and then work on the placeholder thing? That one feels like it's going to be a bit of a lift. Okay, wait, just do... No, the lights don't seem like they're turning on. The lights should be fine still, though, right? The background shader was gone again? I just turned off the camera. I switched the camera's layering back to what it was. What? You are, in fact, correct. But if I go back to here, it's running in the dev scene, and yet it's not showing up the camera again. And the camera is... What do you mean? Camera is back to default. Yes, change the children. And then save it. I swear I clicked that, and I did that. Which is why I said, oh, look, it's working. Okay, it's working. Now we look at the camera again. It's still on default. So, wait, huh? I probably changed it during play. You were watching me the whole time. I don't think I touched it a second time after I switched it. But it does seem like it did get switched back at some point somehow. Okay, so this isn't even the problem I was trying to solve. The flippin' button and the flippin' stuff for the button and the flippin' light for the flippin' button is all flippin' right here. Flip it a pancake. Wow, that is wild that it is, Oh, okay, I changed it to default during play, so reset after going play mode. Okay, I didn't realize I was in play mode, that's what happened. Yeah, okay, I did not catch I was still in play mode. So that's the lamp color, and then it should be setting the lamp to true, active true here. When it's pressed, and then it should just hang around. It did it the first time. Like, I set it up and it worked, and then I changed the thing, and now it doesn't. And then I changed it back, and now it's still... I don't know that I changed it back, but I like to think that I did. Yeah, because I was just kind of looking at the glow in the pipe here. Okay, let's... The game... Stop maximizing. There we go. Stop maximizing. And then I wanted to look at the buttons in the scene. Yeah, I was watching a few Twitch streams today, and they had like the thing that came up with, oh, the ads are about to start in 30 seconds. I don't exactly know where you hook in to say that, but that would be a nice thing to add. Is a thing that warns about ads happening. So the buttons have point lights. And that is, which button did I just click on? 5 over there. So now let's do that. They should only score 7 points. And now we look at the point light, and it is got a nice purple to it, but also not enabled. Set active to true when it is pressed. It's doing everything else as in it's doing the pressed animation, it's adding the points, it's playing the audio, it's running the particles, and not setting the game object to true. Because this is clearly not true. Wait a second. In update button, which runs every frame, it's setting it to false. That would cause a problem, wouldn't it? Should be okay. So initialize button is what should be doing that. Not I put it in update button, which is running on update. That would make sense. Okay, you there. Now we go. Is there bloom as a post-processing effect? Yes, that's exactly how I'm doing the bloom. And then I switched it to, I was following the tutorial that put the camera in a different camera layer and then added the bloom. So yeah, I'm at the point where I think I need to modify what I'm doing to, okay, there we go. So now that's glowing. Yeah, and then they stay glowing, which is okay. That's why I was doing what I was doing. Initialize button when it re-rolls a new button position. Oh, board button. You should also, okay, there. So when you place it at a new spot on the board, also update the fact that the light's not on. It's just gonna be button lights. I thought this was just gonna be a little quick ad. not the whole 2-3 hour stream. Okay, it's gonna be way too many things, but this should turn the lights on for a bunch of buttons and then turn them off. Okay, good. There we go. You dumb. Now. Now you're not doing the emission. Okay. But you may be able to set the button material to a glowing when the ball presses it. I don't know if it looked good, but you could try it if you want and know how. And that's what I was doing earlier. I was swapping between two materials earlier before I realized, oh, there's just flags on the material that you can flip. So okay. Also, why does it say this? Why does it say this is a new window? Okay. Yep. I did not sleep enough. I'm definitely going to be catching up on sleep. Hopefully I can get into my regular sleep routine again. So now without switching the camera's layer, since that causes issues with the shader, can I just equip the button with that glow, and will it pick it up in the post-processing if it's the post-processing is just attached to the camera layer though or something? Yeah, okay, you're attached to the camera layer, but I think if you do everything that's gonna explode. Oops. Do not use everything or default as a layer as it will slow down volume blending process. Yeah, okay. Put it in its own layer. And then no layer has been set, so it's not going to do anything. Which was why I was saying, hey, put it in like post-processing or something. Which I don't know why they picked the camera. It's like, okay, there's a dedicated post-processing layer. But then for some reason, if I put you in post-processing, it seems like it's still picking up there. So now we see. I guess I should have been using post-processing. What? Okay. Because that has the shader and it has the emission. Okay. So now the question is, if I use this stuff to toggle between things, it doesn't do jack diddly. It does not diddle jack at all. Maybe... that's not the word. This is Mr. Stachio and Mr. Piss. Yeah, so only the camera layer doesn't do it, the more you know. Yeah, I don't know if I... like the plane that I have the material for the shader. The shader for the background shader? Is that where we were doing it? I don't know if there's like a layer thing in here. Yeah, I don't know why post-processing seemed to work there, but it seems like it's still picking it up here. The other question is... Okay, now that I added the thing again, I think the button is still on the glow. Ooh, okay, I don't think I switched the button, and... No, it's not it. Oh, I need to add the pipe needs the... I don't think I wrote that down. Pipe needs the rotation animation. I guess I could add like a particle effect to the pipe or something too. I did want to, yeah, okay, at some point I like the, I think I still have that tutorial floating around somewhere, like I saved the link somewhere. But like, disgorging. Ball animation. Again, could I have phrased that better? Yes. Am I using that as how I'm classifying the animation? Yes. Then a rotation animation. Okay. Yeah, because it's a maybe. I don't necessarily need a animation for disgorging the ball, but... Yeah, okay, the lights are lighting, but it's not switching the emission. Now, like you said, if I switch between the two materials, instead of switching between... Yeah, okay, so we go back to what I had. Dagnabbit! Okay. But there is the chance that it still doesn't work. And then... Yeah, okay, because this is when I said regular and not so regular. And then said here that you are the... Oops, you're supposed to be this. Wouldn't have mattered. There. To equals regular. And then here. In this other area, you should be glow. Oh, and then this is why I needed that, because I am going back to, here's a bunch of random nonsense. Okay. Now, once I add that in the inspector. Oh, that was the other thing I was thinking. I could mess with my 2026 New Year's resolutions. Yeah, especially because here I have it as like a note pad that I can look at real quick and easy. Maybe I'll think about it a little more. Yeah, okay, because partial, it didn't even attempt partial. Which I guess is better than nothing. I at least started to try all of these, but didn't actually successfully do any of them. And I think, like, my 2026, like, is really just gonna be put the game on Steam for the 4th year in a row. And I think my way I'm gonna do that is if no game on Steam by June 30th, 31st. What's the end of June? It's 30th, right? Yeah. By June 30, put Jam compilation on Steam. There we go. That is my one goal, and that is my one plan for doing it. If I don't put this game on Steam by June 30th, I'm going to put a Jam compilation on Steam. That is my one New Year's resolution, and I think that is the only one I'm going to do, because I have gotten progressively less and less New Year's resolutions done. But I know Atriarch, so I was watching an Atriarch video of New Year's resolutions that were, he was saying that, like, telling people that you're going to do this goal kind of gives you the same high as doing the goal. So you lose some incentive to do. Gosh dang it. And now, okay, it was required. I was all proud of myself because I remembered, oh wait, I added a couple materials. I have to add them in the inspector. And now that I'm doing it again for a second time, I forgot. But with any luck, that also means is going to work. Okay, now we hit a button. Bugger off, you dumb. Gosh dang it. So no. But if I look at this, what material are you? So you. Your glow. But when I see, it is switching to the glow material. This sure doesn't look like the glow material. Okay, so that is the glow material. Why do you not look like the glow material? I don't even want it to show up that much either. I'm literally just trying to do the same thing as Plungeroo here, but just with fancier stuff than just the 2D. Yeah, 'cause here they're basically just inverting the colors to give it like a glow kind of look. But just because I have the fanciness of Unity. Okay, we turn this off. I doubt that is affecting anything because it hasn't affected anything yet. But if it is not affecting anything, It's guaranteed it's not affecting anything. So, you are set to the regular material. And here you are set to the glow material. Of which it is showing up in Unity that it is set to the glow material. Which this sure looks like the glow material. Oh, this is from... It's from the game. It's not a... I was thinking that was one of the other classic songs I've listened to too many times. I guess this is one of the songs I've listened to too many times, but... Okay. So now... You're set to glow on the initial, but what if I do both of them as glow? So now if it starts with glow, is that... Because there's part of me that thinks this might be like a real-time update problem. Yeah, okay, so now it's glowing. So why flipping pink? Excuse me. Pardon me. Why pink? I don't have anything against pink. Except that's not one of the colors that I put in my... So, like, what are these supposed to... So this sure looks like it's a blue. This sure looks like a red. This sure looks like it's a yellow. So that would make me think that's an orange. And then something like this is green and this is... This looks like it's more like the color mixing kind of thing. So that'd be like, I guess not red, but that looks like it's an orange though. That looks like a red, that looks like an orange, that looks like a yellow. That looks like a purple. But then what is this and this and this? And this? Wait, how many colors are there? 1, 2... Because that's a different color. The heck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 6 colors. How is there... They're setting it to the same color for... What? How are you giving me 10 colors? Also, kind of obnoxious that you aren't switching to... Ah! Boo. Well, now that it looks like they're all red. Okay. It's not airing out or anything. What flippin' heck, like, what the heck colors are those? Okay, so that is... That's supposed to be an orange? And that's supposed to be an orange. What? 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 That's a red? What the heck? I didn't want this to be the whole stream. But you can't always get what you want. What? Oh, wait. You look like you're trying to do... Yeah, wait. Why is that a blue? Wait, why is that a blue? It's changing the emission color, but like I said, again, it shouldn't be making that a permanent change though, right? Or rather, it should be changing it. The emission color is changing, right? The only thing I disabled was the flag changing. It's pressed. Yeah, the buttoned material for the emission color is color. They're both the same flippin' color. Oh, this is the emission color for the regular. Okay, so I lied. So what you should be doing is there. So this guarantees that it's taking the glow, which I could just leave it in Unity as the button has the glow on by default, but that makes me a little afraid that if I mess with the defaults, then I'll forget and it'll look weird. So this will guarantee that at least the glow will get set with its right emission color. Then it'll transition back to here. And then here, the okay, wait, initialize button is not doing. It's doing update button. Why did I have this all under update button exactly? Because it doesn't really feel like it should be. It's because both the color and the emission color for both of them, I think I kind of want to set them to the same. So do I want to do it here though, or do I want to? Okay, so I think what it actually should be is the glow dot color is equal to color, and the regular color is equal to the color. The glow emission color should be color, and the irregular emission color should be and then here it should be just setting the mesh render's material to the regular. No. Yes? I think it should just be setting it to regular. Okay, so now both the color and the emission color for both the glow and the regular are being set. And then it's switching it over to the regular material. And then here it's switching it over to the glow material. I guess if I still have button material, we'll use that. Okay. Okay, so now what the flippin' heck now? What the heck do you look like you are? Some material for the bat. Oop, ball. Yeah, okay, this emission color on the ball that isn't even being used has been set to green. And then the ball glow color has been set to a blue. Okay, so that might have been where it's setting the emission color. So that's why it was giving me all sorts of different colors. So now hopefully they are aligned in screwing me over in not actually showing me any kind of emission. That's still like 10 colors. What are you on about? You mother... Okay. Now you're just gonna keep continuing to do that. Why are you like this? You're just never gonna be a clean transition. Okay. So back to ball. Now. There we go. Okay, so that's just a nice 6 different colors. In this case, 5 or 4 different colors. Maybe I should think about going to bed early. And now you just don't do the emission. Why? Why is it only on start? But you let me switch the flags out and stuff. Just fine. And if I go look at these, the material for these is in fact switching out to be ball. And you didn't switch. Or did I confuse myself and make them both ball? I thought I made them both ball instants. Now, how about if I do it now? What happens if I personally go and manually switch it out with glow? Okay, it does. It switches. I mean, the light and the glow and the emission should all be unified. To here. Glow and glow. Okay, so now we go back to you. Ay, ay, ay. Because I keep changing too many variables. They say change one variable when you are doing a scientific test, and I'm like, oh, so that means change 3 variables, and get confused as to what's causing the difference. And that was still enough to score, dang it. Okay, I just wanted to flip a lot of buttons. Okay, so now if we look at this button, you have ball. Why is your material still ball? You were switching to glow earlier. Ball. You're still ball. Update the button. Oh, update button. Again, the update button problem. This should be... Well, okay, I guess I don't need to have this. Okay, I just don't need that line. Okay. Now? Am I finally closing in on the right answer? After just sitting here confusing myself? So now we the flip of the buttons. Ah! Okay, are you at least the right material? No, you're still ball. Are you still ball? Excuse me. What is all this Arnold? Glow. Yeah, it seems to be set incorrectly, but still. That doesn't mean I can switch it. What do you fluffing mean? I thought I was switching between the two materials at one point. Button material is glow, which is the mesh material. I was switching between them at one point. So regular? That's that. And then this is the only spot where it's getting set. What the heck? Why are you like this? I guess you shouldn't have your emission color set. That doesn't even matter, because you don't even have your emission set to be on. Okay, actually, let's switch the position of these two. Let's put the glow with the glow. There we go. Not that it really matters, like, it's the order of operations is not going to matter there, but at least for me and it's just going to be a little more, make a little more sense. Okay, so that's update button. It's just setting regular and glow to those things. And the button material's color. Okay, you know what? We're going to not do that. So we're going to say the... No, that's... But when it's pressed, it's switching it to the glow material. It's doing everything else. I can see the light and everything. But this button material, which is the mesh render material, is not switching to the glow material. Or it is, because the glow, for some reason, is... No, regular and glow. What the flippin' heck? Huh? This is switching to the glow material, which is set to the glow material in Unity. And I can see that it's in fact pressing the button and getting through pressing the light, so it's hitting that line of code. But then when I go look at the material of the button after it gets pressed, it is in fact still the ball. And if I am able to switch it to the glow material, it does in fact show up as a glowing material. Feckin' heck, dude. I'm switching it to the glow material. Don't... Okay, I clicked the wrong button. You? Okay, which one are you? This there. Oi! What do you mean? I'm switching the material. Button material for the mesh renderer material is glow. It has to be hitting that because the lamp, like, it's... The light is turning on the button, meaning it has to be hitting this. And I've double checked that that is in fact the right material for the button here. Or here, rather. Regular and glow. Then get out of the scene view. Yeah, so it's the glow. Yeah, they're even unified colors now, too. What the fucking heck, man? Why are you not switching your material now? Despite the fact that literally right here is the switching the material. Of which you were doing it earlier. Of which, if it was getting it overwritten by this... But it's no longer getting overwritten by this. Because I'm just changing the color of the button's material on update. This doesn't feel like this stuff should be in update. I don't know why I'm doing it in update. There was a reason why I was doing it in update. But it really doesn't feel like it should be in update. It should just be when you initialize the button, or when you set the color of the button, that it updates this. But this does not feel like it should be under update. The number for the button, maybe. I don't know, even that doesn't feel like it should be. So what happens if I take this out of the update, then? If you are, in fact, being weird and wonkety... It is just when you initialize the button that it sets all of these color things. Shouldn't matter. And it didn't matter earlier. And it still doesn't. Okay, then we click U. We click U. And get confused! Because you are still the ball material, despite the fact here there is a ball and a glow material, and when I click here and look at the glow, it's getting set right here for the mesh renderer material. Okay. We're gonna get rid of the intermediate step. But you're doing everything else. You're playing that. You're doing the button press animation. You're updating the score. I'm pretty sure it's playing the audio. I'm not really paying attention, and it's also turning the light on, meaning you're doing everything to set this material that is different than the other material. So it should not be the ball material, and yet it is still the ball material. But it's also not getting reset. That material is not getting reset. Now you do it? What? What did I even change? Okay, so now if I go click on one of these buttons, now it's set to the glow. Okay, the one thing I changed was not using this. Okay, wow, really? So wherever I see button material, we just get rid of that. And we're not messing with the flags. That never worked. So then, yeah, so then it's just mesh renderer material color. Because apparently setting it to its own thing as its own separate variable did not help anything. Pain in the butt. Also, it didn't look like that was enabled correctly. And it also doesn't set it back either. So that's when you initialize the button. You should be setting the... Okay, no. You know what? No. You should just be setting your material to regular. An initialize button is not doing it on update, so it should not be doing it over and over again. So now, you're regular. Yeah, just like I said, I don't know that that needs to be set on update, but there was a reason I was doing it, I think. Okay, so now you're gonna use the wrong... Is the emission still gonna be broken? I highly doubt that it rolled all blue. Yeah, okay, that's saying different colors. But you're glowing. What? Okay, so now we do that. You're also not setting it back. So we go to you, and you. You're still set to glow. But when it's... Oh, it only does the initialize button once, doesn't it? Which is why in update button I was doing the... Okay, initialize board button is when it should be setting it back to the regular material. And then we'll figure out why the colors are off here in a moment. It's closer. It's getting closer and closer. What do you fluffing mean? Okay, well, it's glowing. It's great. You're not doing the right colors, though. Why are the colors so broken, you dumb? Okay, it's glowing, and then it stops glowing after the button gets hit. Okay. So now, what's wrong with the colors? It's... What the heck? Yeah, color is getting set to that. Then all of these things... All these things are getting set. It's making it look like it's the last one that gets... Okay, so maybe we just do that instead? I think the glow is going to be set wrong then, too, right? Okay, so when it switches to... the glow material, it also needs to set the emission color. No, the color and the emission color. Yeah, okay, the color of the object is getting set. So something like that? Meaning, and then I don't need to set the colors of any of these, because that also doesn't seem to be working. Which is also why I think it's changing the colors all funky in between every time I run it. Cause it's changing the top level. Oh, fucking... Now you're all set to yellow. You fucking worked, and then you fucking didn't. It's because it's... Okay, somebody's still setting all of the... Okay, regular. And glow. It's just you. Yo, what the fucking heck? Okay, so we're gonna set it to that material. Then we're just gonna set the color of the material to color. And then we're gonna set the... Gosh dang it. Okay, so wait, like, where's the line that I was just using? Damn it, okay, so... I don't remember what that was at. Zoom-wise, maybe it's probably better that it's a little zoomed. Okay, I needed those lines. They just need to be attached to mesh render material. But I do still need to switch the two materials, because one of them has an ability to glow. I think, right? But now it should be the color here. So instead of setting them there. So now that is that gonna look funky? I didn't think this... I was really hoping this was not gonna be one of those, like, every single issue that I could run into, I ran into. This is just entirely, like, every single QuickTime event. I am biffing it through every single one. Fuck you, you fucking dumb fucking piece of fucking goddamn fucking shit. Okay. Yo, like, fuck. Okay, so now it looks like it's glowing right. Okay, so that's kind of flipping wild. So it looks like it's doing the button glow right. Okay, so now that's an orange, I guess. Orange, yellow, purple. But that sure looks like it's a kind of fucking pink. Okay, so now we... Nar! Okay, so who's setting the color of the flippin' thing? You flippin' dumb flippin' piece of flippin' goram. Good luck getting the glowing to work. Gotta sleep now. Yeah, it is bedtime. It is 8 o'clock. It is. It's so heckin' close. It's just 5 more minutes. It's gonna work any moment now. You gotta stick around for like 5 minutes. It's gonna do it. Thank you for the follow. It's a long heckin' name. You are gonna give me 5 minutes? Okay, wait. We'll even do a timer. I'll even pull up a timer just to see. Also, hello. Welcome. Or I guess I could do yo since there is a yo there. Okay, timer. Where the heck is timer? And I spent 5 minutes trying to get the clock app to pull up. It's even in my flippin' taskbar, right? Well, I guess now it is. Okay, you We're doing straight up a 5-minute timer for this 5-minute coding adventure. There we go. Okay, 5 minutes. I said it's not gonna sound. Not gonna expand it. There we go. Okay, I can dock it to the corner of the computer. Okay. Welcome. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm making a marble machine deck building roguelike. So the goal is to make a path through the buttons in a certain order to score. So it's like, okay, I want this matching set of ones. I want this matching set of greens. And then it hits all those and messes up the colors. I was trying to get it so that it does a cool glow effect when you hit the buttons, but that is the... Okay, but now this is set correctly, but for some reason the... Okay, so this flippin' update button thing that I've done goofed. Okay, so now waiting. Thank you. And you can play it. There's also the link. You can, if you click the link in the chat that I pinned, you can hopefully go over to the itch.io page and play it. It doesn't have all the latest, I'm doing a polish on terms of, like, movement in the game. So, trying it right now. Yeah, the one thing I need to fix is the tutorial. 2 minutes is gone already! Gosh dang it. No! Okay, the colors are not getting set correctly somewhere. It seems to be initializing the button correctly, but then when it rolls over to the next scene, here, in the initialize the board button, it's setting it to here. There we go. Okay, this is the one that you're wrong. Okay, wait. I got this. So color. I don't think I need to set the emission color. I just need to set that color. Okay, so now we're not going to set it to regular or whatever the other one is. Or glow. I just need to set the actual just mesh renderer material. Okay. And... yeah, and I think I need to just add pictures for the tutorial. I tried to break it down as much as I could with like just small amounts of words and stuff, so it's not too bad. Okay, I want to score so that I get to the next scene. I guess these yellows. No, you're supposed to reset. Every single flippin' step. I'm biffing my way through every single flippin' step. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, I can if I go that way. Then I can score all these yellows. There we go. Okay. But now you need to reset the flippin'... okay, so now we do mesh render. Nope. Okay, that's why it was set to regular, but then the regular color should be set to color. Okay, there we go. So hopefully that is... I have 20 seconds. Well, technically aim it in 20 seconds. Don't know what you're doing. Like I said, that is the weakest point of the game. It's just the tutorial. If you can understand how to play the game, if you can understand what you're doing, people tend to get sucked into it. Seems to be the case. Okay, and now... Hey, there we go, you mother flippin' dumb piece of... there, and then there. There we go. I told you. 5 minutes. That looks odd, but... Oh, that's not a 5 into a 5 because that's already scored. The ones, maybe? And then the oranges? Okay, there we go. I don't actually want it to be like that lighting-wise, but... Okay, so now we turn on the directional light. And then we switch it to maximized. There we go. But yeah, there should be a tutorial button in the corner that should give you some semblance of what you're trying to do. But, okay, so now in full brightness, what does the glow look like? Ugly AF. Can we run that by me again? Okay, just needed to actually initialize there. Okay. Yeah, I gotta do something about those particle effects. They're not working. They're started. They're definitely not finished. Okay, there we go. Hell yeah. I did it. The timer didn't go off, but I did finish it in 5 minutes. You're free to go to bed. I completed the goal, and I completed it in 5 minutes. And that only took forever. Okay, so now are you going to continue to reset this? These should not be reset anymore. These should continue to stay their same. So if I set these back to white, they should just stay, right? I stopped trying to change the underlying material, and I'm changing just the material that's on the object. Okay. Good luck on whatever I'm trying to do next. Probably going to bed, and so thank you for the luck on going to bed. Yeah, staying up a couple of nights really messed with my sleep rhythm. Yeah, okay. And then what I put on the stream was that I was gonna work on the, like, when you hover over a spot, it has a placeholder that follows the mouse. That was the whole thing I was actually gonna work on. Okay, and I actually don't need the light to turn on for all that long. I just... Okay. But I could also... Because this is on the Windows build here. Yeah, okay. I still want to update the stuff before I do like a full-on. But I want to do another... Let's do a post on social media. Although I was thinking I might start doing like Marketing Mondays, where I spend Mondays actually making a post for social media. That's like, okay, let's do like a YouTube short or something, or... Because I think I even have the scene for, like... Yeah, there we go. I have the completely blank scene. So that I can record. And then just put my VTuber on top of whatever scene I'm talking about. I don't think I've ever actually messed with that in DaVinci. To say, okay, put this green screen... Or I guess in this case, blue screened character in front of something else. Yeah, so speaking of Atrioc, might try to yoink Marketing Monday. I guess yoink and twist Marketing Monday so that it is game dev related. And that it is my game here. But yeah, for the game, there's going to be a whole bunch of and I have added it and removed it for now, the ability to add and remove buttons in the board so that you can actually do the deck building aspect of the game. So yeah, it's part Balatro, part Luck Be a Landlord, good part Plungeroo. Little bit of a maze in there at some point. Not yet, but... Well, I guess it does have the color changing. I just don't have it keeping that as like a permanent effect there. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's turn off the light. Because you can't really see the glow. Can I make it like heckin' dark? Because right now, it's just... Because I did want to mess with the black light thing at some point. So that just looks kind of sad. But can I make it look... Hack and dark? Where's the... rendering lighting? Aha, there it is. And then environment, and then yeah, real-time shadow color. Make it heckin' black. Heckin' dark. And then I already have it set to like just a basic color. Okay, wait, what did that do? Because it said shadow, but yeah, I was kind of thinking that it would not fully change the... Okay, and then just for funsies, we go to the... the material for the background. I'm gonna switch you guys out. I want the world to look a lot darker though. I wanted to try doing a blacklit version. And... oh, wait. That is a matter of the color palette here. The grid space color. Oh, wait a second. There. And then the background light is black. And then the camera color is black. Okay, the camera color don't matter. Okay, but now, can you see anything? Yes. That's not what I wanted. I want you to not really be able to see anything, so that you can really see the glow on the buttons. Why no thingamabob? Game manager, the color palette, which is getting fed into here. Yeah, and it's feeding this color palette specifically into here. And it's feeding this specifically into there. And you don't have any extra lights or anything, right? No, it's just this one directional light that I turned off, which you can tell that it's turned off, but the default Unity... But the real-time shadow I made black AF. Now I want you to... yes, right? Environment. That's real-time shadow. I feel like there's one more lighting setting you can mess with. Like lighting settings? Yeah, I don't need a sun light source color. There we go. Again, if I overtune it to too dark, that's good, because that'll really let me test the... Hey, there we go. That's way too much. But that was the fun thing, is that... Hey! There we go. That's something I can mess with on. So now we can... Okay, that looks like a social media post. And then by that, I mean I really need to edit some stuff. Not just dump that onto social media. But I'm just gonna dump it onto social media. Also, okay, do I want to try to make any guess at that name? Prod by Mandy? If I just take this as an A? With just a lot of extra letters? Prod by Manty? Prod by Foranty? Okay, and then we do there. Yeah, okay, but the game is still entirely intelligible with... Yeah, it's heckin' dark, but... I can't tell if any of this is gonna actually give me points. Yeah, okay. That's way, way too long. I was kind of hoping for... Okay. Do I want to try to undo this to remember what the heck I did? So let's do... Turn on the directional light. Go back to game manager and switch you guys back to white. Switch the shader back to white. And I'm glad I didn't change the dot color. Okay, and then we see, what did I miss in resetting everything? Yeah, okay, so now I made the shadows really harsh. But that is a future me problem to deal with. Oh, I want to score both those twos, though. Not that I really need to mess with it much. Okay. Well, I can mess with the harsh shadow problem later. And then I can also look at this and the video that I just recorded. Video captures. It's a pretty easy one to see. Now we need to talk. I can't just edit it like I used to. That was what made it faster, is because the old computer had whatever other editing software. No, not Godot. I mean, yes, Godot, but not right now. I do want to learn some Godot. Also, what is this? I was like, it's not a keyboard, right? Why do we do this every time? Because I don't update this very often. Or rather, I don't open DaVinci Resolve very often, but it's still... Oh, so I already have this. What do you mean update it? No, so don't update it then. Why are you asking if I want to update if I already have the update? Okay, this is Plunk, black lights, test 1. Because I am going to formalize it a little more later. But for now, that's what this is. So I definitely need to cut it off to just where the ball is bouncing around. So there. How do you zoom in DaVinci Resolve? Or how do you zoom out on the timeline? Okay, maybe I need to look up a DaVinci Resolve tutorial, because I'm like, I don't know how to zoom out. Okay, there. And then I need to keep it very short for Instagram. So that, and then that. Okay, I don't need the mouse to go crazy. Okay, let's just let the particle effects fade. Yeah, okay, I do have to scroll click to move around. That's a little wonky. But that's because I don't know how to use this program. What? Oh, so now I am left clicking to move it around. Okay, there we go. So now I have this couple second clip. And then we'll see if Discord yells at me for this being way too long. Yep, Discord's yelling at me for this being way too long. Because Discord's like, nah, if it's longer than a second, it's too long. We can't have none of that. And this is export. Quick export. And I could do it on YouTube. Nah. Okay, and then we're calling it Plunk Blacklight Test 1. Or 0, I guess. Okay. I very much need to go to bed. I guess it is only 8:30. I'm thinking it's like heckin' late. But not yet. It's getting to be heckin' late, but it's not heckin' late just yet. Okay. And then all of these glow things can go away. That's what I get for messing up the flipping title of the stream again by not hitting the done button. It's like, when I update the title, just automatically update it. I don't see why I have to hit done. Okay, now I want my this and this and this and this and this. And then Discord. And then I guess it would be posting it on Instagram or something. Okay. I guess it's not black light entirely. Okay, and then we do a light bulb. And then we just do like 2 or 3 tags. Because at least blue sky doesn't seem to have a lot of tags. Yeah, I was kind of destroying these with tags. This does not look like... Oh, this might be actually like a VTuber. No, this is just a V-tweeter. This is just somebody who tweets about VTubers. Okay, I definitely want to be following Temmie. So, question is, do people use hashtags much? Mass Effect Blender. A little bit? Not really, no. That's on my list to play at some point. Yeah, okay, this is why I was thinking I should just do a hashtag or two. And not more than that. Yeah, okay, that's 2 hashtags. Anybody who's doing hashtags is only using like 2 hashtags. Okay, I guess 3 hashtags. Game dev and Unity. What are the other ones that I had? Because I had like way too many that I was using. Puzzle, indie, Marvel, indie game dev. I guess I could do indie game dev. Okay, so there. I need my thing. The actual video to go along with it. So there. We'll see if Discord is happy with this or not. Discord might not like this. And then do I want to try? Yeah, okay. This looks pretty good for Instagram in terms of like it is a nice little square there. We'll see if people go goo goo gaga over the lighting or not. Yeah, like Instagram, I think you're supposed to destroy it with tags a little bit more. But just go to the thing. And then the big test being here. Oh, Nobody looks at Instagram. Nobody looks at Facebook. Nobody looks at Instagram either. Nobody looks at any of these. It don't matter. Okay, but it posted to all the places. Posted there. It posted there. It posted there. I don't care if it posted on Facebook. And then it did post on Discord. Okay, so it was short enough that it did let me post it on Discord. I feel like there's one other spot. Like another Discord. I did have that other sort of Discord thing there for a bit. Stamps, that's neat. Okay, now that I'm just scrolling blue sky, very much an indication that I should go to bed. Okay, and then I think the lack of hashtags is going to, is it like indie game because there was some that were like I guess, I don't know if it's tweeting on Blue Sky. Reposting. Is it indie game dev? Oh, I think that's what it is. Because it's a very text-based medium. You're supposed to write a paragraph, and then all of the words that are in the paragraph are searchable. That's a lot of different horses. I'm like, that's the horse game. That looks like Rainbow Dash, and that looks like a Ponyta. Yeah, work for some reason did like a Pokemon quiz, and I was like, how and why? Also, it was not an easy Pokemon quiz, and I was like, I don't know Pokemon well enough for this. Oh man. Okay, I actually did a post that I thought was good in terms of like visually appealing, and it's just gonna be completely dead because I didn't add a billion hashtags. Okay, I need to go to bed. Ain't nobody here, right? And the answer is yes, ain't nobody here. Yeah, then somebody gifted me, I think, Ovi, and I was like, oh man, it looked like Ovi was doing something fun. Well, he's one of those people who I watched a little bit of one stream, and then I've always meant to watch more, and then not really done so. Okay, well, I guess I'm not doing a raid or anything. Guess I'm just gonna go to bed then. Yeah, okay, and I am thinking of that other Discord too, because there is like a Pride posting, no feedback or whatever, and that one also, I think also they don't want you spamming on there much, so I'm like, oh, I guess as much as I do have a new post. This is also, look at it, yeah, it's not the final look of the game at all either, it's just a fun little test. Okay, but I guess it's just, oh, it's because it's only 8:30, but I'm tired and I need to go to bed anyway. So, and then ain't nothing happening on. Okay, yeah, that's a confirmation that I do in fact need to go to bed. Well, it's some progress. Not exactly the progress I wanted. I wanted to work on the placeholder, and then I wanted to work on the upgrade stuff next. Oh, I need to add... Actually, that's not gonna take very long, right? Well, maybe a little bit, because the pipe I don't think has any animations. Yeah, you don't have... Oh, you do have an animator. For what? What's the animation for the pipe? Oh, I totally forgot about the cover. Yeah, because I had that hidden for so long now. Yeah, the pipe open the cover animation. Okay, well then if you do have an animator, that makes it even easier for me to do a rotation. The bumper was... okay, so we go back to bumper, we go to bumper 45, we go to the... Gosh dang it, okay, bumper 90. And then we go to the rotate clockwise 90, of which it goes from idle to at 50, rotates 10 over, and then rotates back. Yes, okay. So then we just match that on the pipe. So we do a assets, animations, pipe, rotates, what's the other one? Rotate clockwise 90. That's not really what that is, but it's just kind of a wiggle. Well, I think it is clockwise. Okay, and then we do the rotation, which yes, it goes from there to there, but it also does like that. Whoops. Oh, fudge face, what did I change? Okay, there. Now we hit that button, and we hit there, then we hit there. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is the that all stays the same. It's just a matter of it also adds that. So that when it rotates to the new parent angle, also does that. Okay, so this one was just a 5-minute coding adventure, right? It was 37 when I started. Okay, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. The prefab for the bumper. Okay, so now what the heck? Oh, it's the animator. So yeah, the here with the animator and the animation. Okay, well first you do not loop. And then I just need to figure out the speed at which I think I want to multiply it by like 50 or something, right? It'd be great if I could look at this. There we go. Rotate. It is 50. Okay, I did remember. So now the fab, the pipe rotate. Okay. Okay, so now that it's not looping and that it is also running a lot faster. I still need to have a reverse grow animation when the bumper gets deleted. Although I think it gets full on deleted, so I guess it just needs to delay a little bit when it deletes. Pipe rotate clockwise 90. So if I watch the animation, pipe rotate clockwise 90. It looks like. Okay, no, just give me the prefab. The pipe. No, god, balls. Rotate 90. Yeah, okay, so it does a little wiggle. That's good, that's fine. The animator for pipe. Rotate clockwise 90. Oh, you don't have an idle. You don't have something that you're returning to, meaning you're just consistently running this because this doesn't transition out of this. And I don't want it to transition to pipe open, so now we're going to just make a new asset animations. Yes, it's just like bumper idle, right? Idle then, I guess? Okay, wait, what is the bumper using to get out of its... Because it's got to be doing something, right? Idle, yeah. There's an idle animation. Yeah. Which I think this is... idle. Which is a bunch of nothing. Right? Go on, ram it. Let me look at what it's doing. It's setting the scale to nothing. Oh, a bumper 90. Okay, yeah, so it is specifically an idle animation for that. Where is this idle animation then? I didn't see it in the list of clips. Okay, so then yeah, we do a new clip and assets, animations. Did I see an idle in there? Okay, pipe. Idle. And then it's just going to, yeah, position like that. Now we do U, oops, as the default. And then U, transition to that. No, you don't transition. You don't transition to anything. You don't transition to anything. This can transition to that. And we look at the transition. Yes. So it is going from the rotate straight into pipe idle with no exit time or whatnot. Except I can't really change the exit time. Okay. There's a better way to do that. And I don't know exactly what it is. Okay, so now hopefully that will make it so that the pipe... Yeah, this one was not a 5-minute coding adventure. Oh my goodness, what in the fluffin' heck did you just do? That's why I was changing the scale and not the position. Okay. The spawn pipe. Animator. Animation. Pipe idle. Yeah, okay, I did do position. There. So now change the scale by nothing. That is what the idle does. This is super necessary. Well, it's just I don't know how to get out of that animation. Despite the fact that it's not looping, it's also not doing anything else. What the fuck and heck, like, why are you not rotating? Yeah, you're just straight up not rotating. What, the bumper, it's the same code. Transform to Euler angles. That, and then the bumper. Transform to Euler angles. That. Animator.play the thing. Pipe spawn animator.play that. It's the same picture. And then I go look at the pipe idle. It's just changing the scales, that's why it's not an issue. And you're not looping. Why did you kill that thing? What the flippin' heck? It's the same flippin' code. It's the same thing. This has less spaces for some reason. I changed up the spacing a little bit, but that doesn't change how it behaves then, right? I did the same animation. I actually have code open when you're here. Do I not usually have code open? I think the code didn't actually exist. Although it's funny because I think I've been playing around in the Unity editor a lot more this time. But pipe rotate. Hey. Okay, there. Now if I click it and then I do that. Yeah, okay, you look like you're doing the little wiggle, but the issue is that you're not. But then you should be transitioning into the idle. Just like the bumper. It's the same, I'm doing the same thing, just with a different object. Which is really just a matter of like, okay, I'm probably needing to make this its own like parent object and then attach other code. So why are you thinking and then bouncing back and then you're like, sure, I'll rotate, I'll wiggle, no problem. It's the same thing, you dumb dad blasted mother flippin'. And then here, if I get rid of this animator, because that's it didn't have any problems rotating earlier. But if I get rid of the animator now, and then well, if you just got here and you just saw code, I did a social media post. I posted the thing and then I got distracted with I don't think anybody saw it because I was like, okay, I did a whole bunch of hashtags. It's because of this. The very first thing I did on Blue Sky was like, okay, like it seemed to do okay here. And then I was like, okay, well, a lot of people are not using hashtags on Blue Sky. Maybe we'll try without hashtags. And now literally nobody cares. So link it. It's everywhere. I put it on all my social medias. It's on Blue Sky. It's on X for some reason, despite the fact that I don't use X. It's on Instagram. I put it on Facebook. I guess I haven't put it on TikTok yet. I put it on my Discord. You're incredibly lazy, the Blue Sky post. Actually, wait, no, you can do that, right? Yeah, there you go. There's all my links. Which is, again, what, like 2 steps to do that? There, and then Blue Sky? So it's 2 clicks instead of 1 click. But that's still, if you're on a PC. But there you go. You big baby. There's a single link to click. So then call it hot. Thank you. I am a little bummed because I was like, oh, this actually looks kind of cool. I think this is not something I'm gonna keep. I'm not gonna keep it like this, but although I guess there is a world in which you could like slowly reveal what is actually on the board. So, but okay. Now I wanted to test to see if the pipe is in fact rotating or not. Made a Blue Sky post today too, and it's sad and lonely. Yeah, also a sad and lonely Blue Sky post. Well, I think I'm assuming it's like Indie Game Day or something. Because, yeah, this was getting like some instant reposts. Like some of these were getting instant reposts. And I think it's because Instagram, you're supposed to be doing like 1 billion tags. But then like the Twitter-esque things is not the case. So. Oh, a quote tweet. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, as much as I love this song. I only used the Godot hashtag and I think it failed. Well, it's one of those weird things of like, I think they say do not use a bunch of tags on Twitter, and yet if you do use a bunch of tags, you do get at least a handful of people who look at the thing. Cinematic. Is this a 2D game? Or are you like a 2.5D game rather? Yeah, this kind of thing is always. This is like the exact opposite of the stuff I like. If it's a 3D game, I want to run around in 3D. So the idea of locking you into just 2 dimensions is like, why would you do this? Megalophobia. It does. I mean, this intro is this kind of cool cinematic opening, but it's definitely too gray boxed to say whether you should have kept with it or not. It's kind of my opinion. I think 2.5D is really hard to rationalize kind of thing because of the fact that it's as much work as 3D, but then 2.5D, I think people are less inclined to play. Like, I'm assuming even Metroid Prime 4, which people don't like, compared to Metroid Dread? So Metroid Prime 4 Beyond sales. And then Metroid Dread, which I think... Is that what it was? The more recent 2D Metroid? Easy choice for me. Animating good stuff in Blender is too hard. As in, like, doing 2D versus 3D. Because I was like, 2D I think makes sense. And like I said, 3D, I think if you're going to go that way, it makes sense. But... Okay, so does this... Oh, it's so bad in Japan. Okay. Oh, but that was the other question, was... Dread hit 3 million. Okay. Oh, became the fastest selling Metroid game in Japan. But that doesn't tell me numbers, though, right? This says 3 million. But because that's what I'm thinking, is bad 3D game sales are still better than good 2.5D game sales. That's the assumption here, but I don't know. It's the third best selling game. Sold 21,000 physical copies in the first 4 days. And here, do they have a little bit of sales data? It debuted at #1, selling 86,000 retail copies. 3 million copies worldwide, making it the best-selling Metroid game. I lied. Okay, well, I guess people do like 2.5D. Am I a Metroid fan? Definitively now, no. Because I've played Metroid Prime 3 on the Wii and was like, it's fine, it's okay. And then recently I played through Metroid Prime on the remaster, and I thought it was fairly compelling, and then the final boss kind of soured it for me because I was stupid. But also, like, both of those games, I liked the atmosphere, kind of. but then I was not clicking with the gameplay, and I was like, I don't know if it's also like I just missed its heyday or not. But after playing both of those games now, I'm like, nah, I'm definitively not a Metroid fan. Well, and I guess I haven't played the 2D Metroid stuff, but I well, okay, I have some indie Castlevania Metroid kind of or I have some indie Metroidvanias to play, and I have played some. Like I played through both of the Elden Pixels, Alwa's Awakening, and Alwa's Legacy. And I did enjoy these games. I don't know if they were like super memorable, but these were fun little games to play through for sure. But yeah, I have a lot of these to play still because I have a couple more coming, and I have like the little skull one to play through and stuff too. So I'm gonna mention that L's Dragoon worked on at least one of them many years ago. Not a name I'm familiar with. I could go back looking through my like Kickstarter. That was my New Year's resolution last year was to play more Kickstarted games, and I played a couple, and they both kind of disappointed me. So I have way too many board game Kickstarters. That's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, they're pretty much all. Oh yeah, this one I did. Yeah, it's funny. I don't want to buy a ton of games, but I will kickstart a ton of games. I love hearing the story behind a game, and yet then actually playing the game doesn't necessarily happen in a lot of cases. Oh, I forgot I threw in some money for Starship Simulator. I doubt I will actually play that one, but yeah, Night Stones. I still have to play that one. Yeah, I've put down that they're like, oh, it's just a 4-hour game. It really shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, so many of these are board game Kickstarters. Yeah, Grimoire Groves. That's another one. Geno Kids. I don't know if that one came out yet or not. It might have been early access. I was trying to see if I could find some of those Kickstarted. Whatchamacallit. Here you are saying, oh, look, there's actually code on screen this time. What? Why is the pipe not rotating anymore? So it's not rotating at all anymore. Didn't mean to offend. No, it's just kind of funny that it really does not take much for me to bounce off code to get on some tangent about like, oh, look at all these games I've kickstarted. Look at all this nonsense I've spent money on. Yeah, like this $15 on Star Mazer that's never going to exist, and that they apparently have not. Definitely neurodivergent. I mean, I went to the doctor recently. They didn't necessarily say anything, but and it's not like I have an inability to focus. It's the I feel like streaming also just kind of does that. So I don't know. It's one of those things of like it's never. I guess I was in the talented and gifted thing, so I was part of the special education program. I'm not like I don't feel like I have a problem focusing. Like I can sit down and meditate. I know like the one girl I dated. Like she couldn't even like sit down and sit still for a moment. But I'm like, no, I could sit and meditate for like 10 minutes. Like I can go for a walk around the block and be completely fine. I can go for a hike for like hours on end with my thoughts and be fine. So, yeah, but the computer can definitely be a rabbit hole of distractions. And like I said, especially just chatting with people. That's exactly what I was doing yesterday. I'm like, oh, we're going to call some friends and family for New Year's. And then I was talking to a friend and then I looked down and I was like, that was 3 hours of wandering around and chatting and yapping. But it had been a while too. Also, what in the fluffin' heck? How did I break the pipe rotation? I added an animation, I removed the animation, and now the pipe doesn't rotate. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to bed. Yep, okay, I broke it. We're gonna come back another day. Well, now I full on broke it, because I just can't play the game there. What, huh? What do you mean? That's literally all I did. I added an animation, I said, oops, no, that's bad, and then I removed the animation. Unless... No, the flippin' animation for the pipe is literally just... Okay, yeah. Meaning it's running this pipe idle animation constantly. But this animation is just changing the scale of the pipe. That's not anything. And by it's changing the scale, changing it to nothing. That should not be causing the rotation to change at all. Okay, so if I say, bye-bye, no, stop doing anything. And we go back to the game. Because it was doing the other animations just fine. Oh, now it's okay. So it was the animator being estupido. What? It's changing the scale. Why would that be causing any issues? Especially because the bumper here is using the same trick and having no problems. If I go to the animation for the bumper and I go to the idle animation, it's the same dumb dad blasted mother flippin' thing. No, it's not. It's this. Not the parent object. If I go to the pipe, the animator is attached to the parent object. And if I go to the bumper, it's attached to... Aha. Okay. So, if I move the animator from here to here, this is the thing that is animatoring. So you can go here instead. Paste it. That's the shader. That's the material. It's a collider. Paste component is new. There we go. Okay, animator there. And then we add the animator there. And then we remove that there. Then we add the animation back. And then we run Unity. It's just addicting solving problems. Because this is even going to reward me with, like, if you just push 5 to 10 minutes more, if you just destroy your bedtime, if you forego sleep. Okay, no, I lied. We go to bed. we call it quits. We leave. Why are you like this? Gosh dang it. It's rotating along the Y. Why would he do that? I didn't check what the animation did when I changed it. Because I figured the idle animation is just... Okay, animator. You... Okay, now everything's broken. And on the floor. Oh, that's still working. But the rotation is also still working. What? Okay. What? What? That's the default? Idle? What is the idle? What? What? Why are you... What? Okay, so change it to 100. Is it becoming very small? Is that the issue? Okay, so... Okay, these things are not translating over like I was hoping they would. Okay. It's just becoming very small there. So we hit play. Yay, it's not doing anything. And then we go to rotate. And then that, why stop? And now the rotation is... Wait, what? Idle? Negative 90, 180. And then you are 0 and 0. Okay, so negative 90 and 180. Then we replicate it over here. Yeah, I was gonna say you're here. And 180. And then here. And here. Oh, 180. And then I lied. 190. Do a little bit too much. I love the limited 3D. It's so charming. What do you mean by limited 3D? As in like the camera angle or something? Because it's all like fully 3D. If you're talking about like texturing, I don't know how to texture objects. So that's why it's all just colors. One day I will figure out. I don't know the meme. Yeah, I'm not a meme lord. Yeah, that was the one thing that I was not super hip on with Replicate. As much as it's my game of the year for last year, I'm not a meme lord, so all of the cat memes didn't fully click with me. I think that's the guy behind the tree meme. That's the stonks meme. That's the puppet looking to the side meme. That's that cat that looks really weird. I'm not a huge fan of that one. I don't know why the cat looks like that. Is that a Jurassic Park reference? Yeah, okay. Like I said, I don't know my cat memes. That's not like Pop Cat or something, is it? I think that's Cheshire Cat or something, so... Not a fan of the cat. No, I do like cats. And I do like memes. I'm just not a meme lord. I don't follow every single meme. I'm not super excited about, like, And, I mean, I absolutely love the woman yelling at the cat meme. Like, also the fact that it's, like, just a tweet. The fact that there's just some internet things, internet lingos, that it's literally just somebody tweeted something one time, and that it has become, like, a full-on, like... explanation for parts of the like when somebody says like people leopards eating people's faces is just like an explanation of some kind of phenomenon, or like the origin of the woman yelling at the cat was just somebody tweeting like these two photos together is making me lose it. That's literally all the tweet was. Do I know Elgato Cat? As in like the company Elgato? Like I have my little Elgato Stream Deck.
That's it? That little thing.
Which I totally forgot to do that for a new person. It's been so long since I've remembered to do that, or since there's been new people, so. Why can't you build 3D ball puzzle things in this? Well, you've figured out the direction that I want to head. That's what I have on the Steam Steam, the itch.io page here. That's the direction I was gonna head here. Was building your own color puzzles, and then like I want to add a music element, so it's got its own music box element puzzles, or oh, this is not Elgato, but it's only 2.5D. Yeah. I do want to do full on 3D. I guess I was just saying the here you are talking about yeah, okay, I was just saying 2.5D versus 3D. This is technically a 2.5D, so love the limited 2.5. It's a okay, you said this was a me, but you said this was a format, but I am not familiar with this format. Yeah, it's interesting to me that like the coworker that is 10 years younger to me still knows a lot of the like meme references of like SpongeBob and stuff, and I didn't realize that was still being taught in like internet history, so. I mean, there's a chance that I've seen this cat before. Does it do a funny little dance? Because this looks like a funny little cat AI dance. It's a picture of a real cat standing on two legs. Yeah, well, no. I can tell that it is a like this is a real cat standing on hind legs here, but I think I've also seen versions where it has been made to animate, or like here's a dancing cat that looks kind of like this cat. Yeah, exactly. Here, there's the cat dancing. So, have I played or come across Cogs on Steam? It sounds familiar, but I don't believe I've played it. I lied, I have it. And I don't believe I've played it. $2009. I lied. I might have played this. Because this might be in my library because of Humble Bundle. And those very first Humble Bundle packs, I did play through a couple of those games. But even there, it was already getting pretty quick to the point of like yeah, this was on one of the first Humbles. Yeah, so that might be why it's on my Steam. Yeah, because something like Critter Crunch or whatever but no, this is a good one to remember, because I am doing stuff that is somewhat similar. Yeah, like part of me wants to keep the game abstract. I want to keep the game abstract like so bad, but then there's another part of me that's like that might be kind of limiting. It's just because of the fact that you can do the color painting stuff that makes me say, okay, let's keep it limited. Yeah, but there's definitely an opportunity to add that kind of You. That's what I was testing. Okay, yeah, it's doing a little bit of wiggle. Okie dokie. There we go. That only took, again, 20 minutes. It only took 4 times the 5-minute adventure. Yeah, because it's because Humble Bundle is a different site that I don't look at it too often. Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, here's an old login and everything, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Okay, I said I'm going to bed, so you have the problem that you play your game more than you improve it. With this game, I actually have gotten to that point where I'm like, oh, let me. It's like it's what I keep doing here, where I'm like, oh, I need to test that the buttons are getting pressed and lighting up correctly, and instead of just doing that and like, oh, these buttons, I'm like, well, no, I'll score better if I do like this into this, so let's do that. And it's like, there's no, you don't need to score it, you're just trying to hit the buttons. But yeah, it's why I've been very encouraged with this project, because I keep playing it, or like I said, that most recent like in-person event, somebody came back a couple different times to play it, so that was very encouraging. I mean, it was partially like nobody else was at the event, so they didn't need to man their booth to show off their game, so they came back to play my game. But yeah, it seemed like the few people that picked up the game and understood how to play stuck with it and played it for a while. So that's the real sticking point. It's just the tutorial here. Yeah, I think all of this stuff is fine, where it's like, okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. Yeah, I think I might need to change like where the click the pipe is to rotate it, because that's definitely something people have skipped over and gone, wait, oh, I can rotate the pipe? Oh, okay. But it's this one right here, rolling over a consecutive pair of numbers or colors will score 50 points. Is A, too long, and B, has been a bit confusing for people. So I need to find some way to make that clearer. With pictures. Or with some extra added text kind of thing, so. Only had an hour to make the game and played it for like half the time. Well, if you're doing a lot of playtesting and stuff, that makes a bit more sense too. Okay. Mother flipping heck. Okay, I added the pipe rotation. I did not need to do that, and I know every time that it's, well, I don't. Because I literally proved it to myself today, where I said, wait, stay, it'll be 5 minutes, and then it literally was 5 minutes exactly. Okay, button lights up. There's not a disgorging the ball animation, but there is a rotation animation. I don't know if I want like a spits out the ball animation. And then this. That was the thing that I was going to work on today and then didn't. And then these things are the big things of like the tooltip and then the actual upgrades for the roguelike. You just got here. Your first time here. And you're already going to hit me with the yawn emote of like, oh, 8 o'clock yawn. 9 o'clock yawn. Yeah, it popped up again on my when I clicked onto Twitch earlier today. It was like, oh, here's your recap again. I'm like, I already looked at it. I don't know why you're showing me my recap again. But yeah, on the recap, it was it had the yawn emote as my most used emote. It's like, I'm not that tired. Just that's an easy thing for people to hit the stream with. Is, oh hey, here's a yawn emote. Yep, top channel emote. Is the yawn. It's 4 a.m. Yep. That sounds accurate. You're in good company. I don't know. I think Pagorli is not. across the pond, but the couple people that are regulars beyond Pagorli are both European. I should probably go to sleep before 5 a.m. Oh yeah. That's I need to go to sleep too. So, y'all, it's funny how just a couple people sending a couple messages is enough to distract me. But okay, yeah. And if you're going to bed and I'm going to bed, then I suppose I won't do a raid. Although, is it gonna say 3 people now that I'm watching my own stream or no? Yeah, there we go. Okay, now it says 3 people. So we could go right over to Adagon or something. But I do want to go to bed. There's just enough people. We could go catch some slimes over here. I'm like 9:30. Wait a second. Somebody said they were going to bed, and it looks like they're still here catching slimes. Unless that's inaccurate.
Where's the itch page I was going to?
Well, okay, now I want to go raid over here. If there is a couple people to go raid with.
Oh, it's this.
And then I can go say, hey, go to bed. You said you were sleeping.
Trippy, yes.
But no, here I catch you, what, that, like, Xbox thing? You and a buddy both say, oh, I'm going to bed, good night, and then you catch each other in the Xbox lobby. Both not in bed. Okay, yeah, this will really test if, yeah, okay, so there is a couple people. And like I said, I think Phil is, or is not. 'Cause it does say 9:30. Okay, let's go. Oh, I forgot to say anything, but goodbye, good night. Thanks for stopping by. I just went and hit the button. Okay, bye.
Noble, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How's your stream? Let me shout you out. We're just working on random things today. Oh, hi, Pigurly. I just updated BitSlayer a bit so that it works on Newgrounds now. And I'm going to publish it on Newgrounds once I get a tiny bit better of a thumbnail. And I also drew a new slime, which I can pull up real quick. We got the plumber slime, which I believe is requested by Pigorli.